Today, I'm staying in Canada's famous mountain hotel, the Fairmont Banff Springs. It's been around for almost a century, built back in 1888. The hotel was originally built by the Canadian Pacific Railway and was built to attract tourists here to the Rockies. Most of the original hotel was built by wood. It suffered from an awful fire back in 1926, and then they reconstructed it into the hotel that you see today. It's an iconic building here in Canada. I'll check out the food and explore this incredible hotel. I'm level 2. These are pretty old elevators. I mean, you can just see how old the hotel is just by looking at these lifts here. They actually look a lot older further down in the hotel. I'll show you those. My room is right down the bottom here. (211). Just want to point out the carpets, right? Throughout the whole of the hotel, I've noticed this as I've been walking, they are really dirty. Like, there's no vacuuming going on at all. I mean, just look at the entrance to my room, and it's something you notice straight away. Love the room key. Love this little area as you walk in. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the photos of the suites, I did think to myself, wow, these look great. But as I walked into this room, it's lacking something in here. It just feels a little bit empty. Maybe it's because there's no cushions on the couch, or maybe the couch isn't that exciting, but it does have some nice features in this room. Well, the lighting in here is pretty interesting. But what's great is the fireplace. Look at that. This is all leather, this is all fabric. One good thing though, they have vacuumed the room. The carpet looks pretty good in here. Odd mix of furniture though, and artwork on the walls if I get bored though. Some classic noughts and crosses on here. Huge TV. There's a door here, and I think that just goes, where does this go? Oh right, it's another closet, I didn't know that. Whoa, this is huge. There's the iron. The views you get, even from the second floor, are pretty amazing. By the way, that is not a swimming pool, that's an ice skating rink, or it was. It's melted. I'll show you outside in a little bit. But first, as we walked in, we have got some welcome gifts. Well, it's about getting the most of your money. When you're spending a lot of money on a hotel room or a suite, it is nice to get extras. So like a little welcome gifts are always welcome. Now, it might not look that great, but what we do have, this is organic, pure maple syrup. Got some shortbread there. Is this apple juice? I'm assuming it is, it looks like it. The hotel is so big, it comes with a map, a floor plan of the ground floor, and then the 2 upper floors as well. This place is huge. It's got a shopping centre in here as well, swimming pools, spas, 10-pin bowling, an adventure centre. There's a salon. There's some incredible old rooms in here as well, which we'll check out in a little bit. Okay, this is not apple juice. It tastes like tea with mint. That's really nice, whatever that is. Well, let's talk about the mini bar. I've got an espresso coffee machine that looks like it's never been used. A pretty simple kettle. There's not much in there. It's an empty fridge, empty mini bar. The only things that are in here, some milk. That's it. That is surprising. There's my coffee pods, tea, and espresso cups. I love the fact there's like little alcoves in this room as well, just like in the corner here. There's my view, look at that. And I'll show you, there's a bathroom just in there with a bath, but this is the main bedroom. This is quite nice. Nice 4-poster bed. Just quickly show you the view. They're all pretty epic. So this is the second floor. You can see across to the river there. Nice that they update you with the weather forecast. Incredibly mild at the moment. I thought that was a ruler, but no, that's for books, isn't it? Is that for the remote or for the phone? I'm not quite sure. Radio alarm clock. This is nice leather. And it's quite nice that you don't have to stretch too far to turn the lights on and off as well. And there's charging here too. A big TV there. But the room is pretty simple, but I do like the colours. I do like the rich red. That's really nice. Let me show you into the bathroom then. And here we've got another wardrobe. Branding's on point. Look at that. But not for the hotel, just for the company, Fairmont. Haven't seen them for a while. Got some posh hangers and some slippers and a safe. Nice little stool there if you want to sit and do your makeup. It's not massive in this bathroom. That's because it is a 2-bedroom suite. So the shower is pretty small. In fact, I reckon you can only fit about 2, maybe a squeeze, 3 people in here. Well, being a 2-bedroom suite, it's quite nice that the living room separates the 2 bedrooms so you can have your privacy. But this is the other bedroom in here. This is a lot smaller. Oh no, oh hang on. All right. So we don't have that in the mains, but hang on, is this the, oh no, just another fridge in here. So we've got another coffee machine. That's actually nicer than the one in the living room. It's weird that it doesn't have it in the main room though. Very strange. Nice little chaise lounge, and I love the chandelier. Yeah, and a small double bed. Also comes with its own bathroom in there. And it actually does have a separate door as well. Obviously what they've done is these rooms are normally separate, I think, and they've just opened it up so it can be a 2-bedroom, because normally this would be just like a 1-bedroom suite and then that would shut. And then you've got the other double door as well. It's like James Bond. Well, we will check out the food, the drink, and so much more. But this hotel, or castle if you want to call it, is huge. So let's go and explore. Come on. Just before I do, I want to say a massive thanks to today's video sponsor, Odoo. I've always thought it's a good idea to have a website, but I've never known really where to start. It always felt like one of those things that's really expensive or really complicated, or both. That's why Odoo caught my attention. It's an all-in-one management platform for running a business. So instead of juggling loads of different tools, everything lives in one place. Invoicing, accounting, project management, inventory, and even building your website. The website builder itself is super easy. It's just drag and drop. There's no coding required. You can customize everything: text, images, layout, colors, all without needing a developer. You can save your predefined pages and blocks to easily find them and reuse them. And your site is also mobile friendly. What I like about Odoo is that it grows with you. You don't need to get everything on day one. You can start small and then add more applications as your business grows. Now, this is the part that really stands out. Your first app is free for life, and that includes unlimited hosting and support. You also get a free custom domain name offered for 1 year. If you want access to all Odoo's applications, prices start at just €19.90 a month. So whether you're launching a new business or you just want a really good website and all the other operations that go with it working together, Odoo is for you. I'll put the link in the description so you can check it out. Thanks to Odoo for sponsoring today's video. Right, let's go exploring. So it's easy to get lost in this hotel. I'm going to start on the ground floor and we'll work our way up. And I'm sure there'll be people asking, is this hotel haunted? The answer is yeah. Well, here we are in reception, and reception is split into two. There's a reception area there and a reception area there, and there's a like a grand staircase either side as well. It's pretty cool. It tells you the daily activities. There's a town walking tour, a wilderness walk, a snowshoe tour. There's campfire and marshmallows, stargazing, twilight walk. So there is loads going on. Love the reception though. Just look at the lighting in here and the brickwork. And really randomly, there is a 24-hour coffee shop that is open here to go and get coffee, drinks and snacks. Hello. They grow their own herbs in here as well, in their urban cultivators. Look at that. They've got basil growing in there, watercress. So before we head upstairs, I'm going to show you to what is kind of like a little mini shopping centre through here. Look at that chandelier. So there's plenty of high-end boutique shops in here as you walk down towards the spa. So clothes shops, boutique wear.
I don't know. This is what I need to do a bit more like the basketball game.
Souvenirs. If you watch my train video recently, you saw me walking around Jasper. Look at that. Buy a nice keepsake. So there's even more shops here. Look, the Canadian Pacific store. I mean, there's upsell everywhere. Wow. So many shops in here. Crazy. That feels really nice. So soft. Just goes to show how big this hotel is. We're just on the ground floor at the minute. You can buy all of this. That's pretty cool. That piece of art in there was for sale for 8,000 Canadian dollars. You'll also see lots of sword, coats of arms everywhere. The music's super loud in here, so apologise if it sounds a bit weird. Loads of little areas where you can just sit down with a book or a coffee. The living room. Have I got access in here? Interesting the way it's all caged off like that. Wow. A separate area to go and get away from it. Really does feel like a living room. Look at this. Like a showroom from IKEA as well. It's really nice. You know what they're missing in here, which I can't see? Coffee machine. But this is actually above. Reception. Look at this. This is so nice. There's apparently a secret room through here. Through the bookcase. Like a speakeasy room. Look at that. Oh wow. It's massive. I thought there was just going to be a small little room, but it's huge. So you can hire this. Literally, there are so many fireplaces in this hotel. Gold letterbox there. Look how old the lifts are here. Look at them. Mount Stephen Hall. Now this time of year they've got a lot of events going on and conferences, so that's why you see lots of these tables set up But this room is incredible. It's definitely got a Spanish vibe to it going on. Like, look at those. Stained glass windows. Let me show you up these stairs. It's like something out of Harry Potter as well, isn't it? Look at some of the furniture in here. Reminds me of a Britannia hotel back in England. The Spanish walkway. So many different rooms like going off. I think they're getting ready for a conference in here. Look at this. Now I walked through here earlier this morning, and as you can see, it looked completely different. There wasn't the music playing, none of these tables were laid out, and as you can see, it's pretty spectacular when there's nothing laid up. There's a lot of grandfather clocks in here. There's fireplaces everywhere you look. I mean, this is a meeting room now, but just check this out. Feels like you could be back in Tudor England. Look at that, another fireplace and a crest of arms at the top. Now the ballroom is supposed to be pretty spectacular, so we've got to check that out. Wow. Look at this. Well, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that I do love exploring big old hotels, and this one is no different. The amazing thing about this hotel is that there's something called the Gatehouse and a conference centre which has got like 10-pin bowling over there, but it's all part of the same building. I'll show you. Wow, look at the views. I do love it when they keep all the doors open because it is just great to explore these old hotels. So this is the ice skating rink that's been up for Christmas, but it's kind of melting, even though there's more cold weather on the way. Right now outside I think it's about 10 degrees, which is very, very warm for this time of year. What do they say about mirrors facing each other? How weird. It's like a hallway of mirrors. Why would they do that? I know it's probably to make it bigger, but very strange. Loads of mirrors. So we're heading up into the gatehouse now. Crazy to think that everything you can see is all part of the same hotel. Like the conference centre over there, which is huge, and you look at the back of the building here. An Italian restaurant here. Another bar, Ramsey Bar, I think this is called. It's huge. Adventure centres downstairs. Wow, look at this vintage Scrabble. And really nice fireplace.
Yeah, I don't think
There's two fireplaces. Another one over there. Feels like there should be a bar there, but it's at the top. Alright, you can hire bikes and everything from here then. Perfect for winter weather biking. The tyres on those. It's got Leicester on it. There's loads of grandfather clocks in this hotel. No idea where I'm going. Completely and utterly lost now. I arrived here late last night, and to try and get my bearings I did walk around the hotel. It didn't work and I completely got confused and lost, but if you do stay here, you know, if you do stay here and when most people are in bed, just have a walk around and be in the atmosphere, it's incredible. Some of these old photos, look, the original lobby of the Banff Springs. So you do history walks around the hotel. They do them twice a day. So let's have a look over here at the conference centre, because they've got 10-pin bowling. They've even got a theatre. Theatre. Can we go in? I don't know why I'm whispering. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that because it's quite dark in here, but that's a pretty big theatre room. The hotel that has everything, including 10-pin bowling. Well, I can't show you in there because for some reason it's locked. The hotel property is vast, but the reason for this shop is there is lots of like Airbnbs and self-catering options just further down here. So obviously people use this shop to buy stuff locally too. It's got a heated outside pool as well. Let's go check it out.
Just put it on
So the pool is heated, nice and warm for the winter. So I've come outside to where the ice skating rink is. Obviously it isn't in action today because it's too warm. Oh, we'll have a look up here later because this is where they do the campfires, where you can do s'mores. Well, certainly working up an appetite. Got myself a cappuccino and one of those really nice cakes from the coffee shop. Look at that. 10 Canadian dollars though. Cheers. Okay, time for dinner. There's quite a few restaurants here. There's a steak restaurant, there's a French restaurant, there's an Italian, there's a couple of others as well. I've been recommended the steak restaurant for tonight. So let's go grab a drink and try it out. Come on. So I thought I was ordering myself a large glass of wine, but in actual fact, I ordered like a carafe, but came to 33 Canadian dollars. But that's about 2 glasses in there. They've got some very expensive cognac, one-of-a-kind whiskies. Now, I don't know whether you pay for it by the glass or by Bowmore 50-year-old 1969 Vault collection. $2,050. This is one of only 339 bottles ever released. Palate initially dry and floral, with notes of carnations developing into sweeter notes of lemon meringue, grilled almonds, light creme caramel, fudge with a hint of white pepper, nutmeg, oak spices, and light coconut. Sounds nice, but I think I'll give that a miss. It's not very often you get this, but when you're in a restaurant and it's quite dark, they give you a menu that is backlit. It's pretty good. The amount of people that I've seen using a menu with their phone torch. Porterhouse beef there, 155 Canadian dollars. Wow. They do lobster, they do duck, venison, tenderloin. I've heard the beef cheek's supposed to be quite nice. Not a big fan of that. New York strip looks good. Well, that's a first. I've never been served a choice of knives before to eat with my steak. I had no idea which one to choose, but I chose this one. Apparently this is like a reindeer antler. That was very different. Wow. Wow, the flavour. It's like carving through butter. This is probably the best steak I think I've ever had in my life. Wow, the taste of it. It's like crispy on the outside. Flavour is amazing. That's why I like to have it without the sauce. Let's try the crispy tops. Morning. That was such a great sleep in that bed. Do you know, it almost felt like I was sleeping on a cloud. So it's about 8 o'clock. It's just starting to get light. Let's go check out breakfast. Nestled here in the Canadian Rockies, this really is an incredible hotel. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know how I absolutely adore walking around old historic hotels. Just the history that's in that building, the grand ballrooms are just incredible. But it's great coming here winter or summer. Some of the activities that you can do, you can obviously go into Banff itself, you can go skiing, you can do loads of exploring around here, you can go for some beautiful walks. Now walking around this amazing property, the one thing I did notice is the carpets. Yes, they're old, but they also could do with a little bit of a vacuum. I mean, I actually did see one vacuum, but I think they need a bit of a stronger vacuum to pick up the bits, because as you walk around, you can see them everywhere, especially in the corners. And I always pick up on these things when I walk into a hotel. You know, you walk down the hallway, walking into your room, the first thing you notice is how clean the carpet is. If that's dirty, that makes you think, what is my room going to be like? Luckily my room was pretty clean. I did love the fireplace, the bedrooms were nice, bathrooms were great. Because of where the hotel is situated, even on the second level you get some incredible views. So the food I thought was pretty good. Breakfast this morning, not so much. This is how much it cost me for one night in early January. Now obviously basic rooms, they can go from around about £700 to £800. Mine did include breakfast as well. But let me know if you've ever stayed here. And if you like exploring hotels with me, check out this abandoned hotel in the middle of the desert. Do give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe. I'll see you next time.